Hi all, great to see so many participants today. A warm welcome to all of you. My name is Paul Joustra, Head of Transformation at Teleperformance, and really love to see so many people joining us today. So today's topic is about the power of AI in performance management. So we will explain more about how TP is using data-driven performance management in how to ensure we deliver great performance, especially now since it's a new reality, everybody's changing to COVID work from home. So to support me today, we got Melissa Chang. She's an expert on this. And perhaps, Melissa, you can tell a bit more about your role and where you work for.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Paul. Happy to be joining you today. So to tell you a little bit about Centrical, where I am from, we believe that putting the employee at the center is one of the key drivers to business success. These are one of the topics we're going to talk about today, is how to really bring the employee and the managers a way to shine and thrive, even in a different normal. So Centrical provides an employee-centric platform that provides the powers of real-time performance management with microlearning and advanced gamification, bringing that all together to give employees and managers what they need to succeed. And my role is to partner closely with our clients, such as Teleperformance, to guide them along their digital transformation journey.
Excellent. Thanks, Melissa. That's great. And thanks for all your support so far. I think we did a great job together implementing so many clients. So just a question, just maybe set the scene a bit. Maybe can you share a bit more about the trends that you see in this market, especially since this transition from brick and mortar to work from home? How are team leaders actually managing their people, and what are those trends that you see in the market when it comes to performance management?
Yeah, sure. Let me share with you some really interesting findings from Gartner's Remote Workforce Survey to reassess and analyze what has been the impact of the pandemic, now in year two and coming. Some of the findings show that from 2020 to 2021, the fraction of the workforce working from home actually decreased by
Wow.
10 percentage points. So we are seeing
Okay.
some changes there. Also, the vast majority of organizations are likely to adopt a hybrid model of work, like you said, remote and in office. And then for half the audience, remote work has actually improved employee engagement. However, on the flip side, training and onboarding have suffered. So bottom line here is hybrid is here to stay.
Cool.
Organizations have to evolve how they think and plan for remote work, not just in the short term, but looks like mid and long term as well.
Right, that's right. Yeah, we see a lot of similar things within Teleperformance and also our clients. So how how are you, let's say your company, because you're offering a software, a software as a service solution to provide, insights and data-driven remote coaching performance management. So can you elaborate a bit more about what roles do you think AI and machine learning plays into this, and how your tool is embracing AI and machine learning in that to support the employees?
Yeah, I'd love to. So at Centrical, we offer a variety of AI-powered tools with the purpose being to make employees more effective in the flow of their work, now in the flow of their homework. So to name a few examples, employees are immersed in what we call personalized journeys. This is a dynamic blend of tailored competitions, microlearnings complemented by game mechanics, which guide and motivate employees to their goals. And these journeys are responsive to the employee's past performance, to their tenure and other characteristics that naturally, we have the data for. Another example, daily refreshers and knowledge checks. These help employees fight that forgetting curve. We're in a digital world. There's a constant battle for our attention span. Everyone's multitasking every single moment of every day. The Centrical solution learns which topics are areas of strength versus knowledge gaps for the employees, and then serve up the questions where there's more opportunities for improvement. And I'll give you one last example. Centrical also has an augmented coaching solution, which provides frontline managers with recommendations on who to coach and recognize across their team. So as a result, managers no longer have to spend so much time sifting through reports, databases, and instead invest that time coaching their people.
Yeah, I
So
love that. I love that.
that's a little bit about Centrical and the AI powers behind it. Question for you, Paul, at Teleperformance: what are the main benefits that you've seen when it comes to AI-driven coaching, training tools, and how that drives successful employee performance? And on top of that, in a world where now empathy is more critical than ever, how do you combine the best of both worlds, the human intelligence combined with the artificial intelligence?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually, Melissa. So thanks for that. So first of all, Teleperformance has our mission is high tech, high touch, right? And I will explain to that a bit more. So Teleperformance has developed a model around transformation, what we call TAP, which stands for Technology, Analytics, and Process Excellence. So on one hand, we use advanced technology like omnichannel digital CX solutions, conversational AI, cloud services, and RPA. Or on analytics, we use descriptive analytics, so looking back the data to what has happened, and also understand better why did it happen, and convert that into prescriptive and predictive models, to influence what will happen in the future. That's the AI part. And then for a performance management part, we are using Lean Six Sigma and design thinking to constantly better improve, continuous improve. So that is on our TAMP model. So now we are using tools like Centrical to enable our team leaders to spend more time on coaching, like you also mentioned. So now the team leaders have instant access about the performance of the employees, and also the employees have instant access to their own performance. So with this, we use the technology to provide that high tech on one hand, and on the other hand, we ensure that our team leaders can then provide the high touch using the technology, using the data, real-time insights, alerting, gamified performance visibility, also the well-being program where employees can just say, do you like it today? Yes or no. And if not, then the team leader can have a conversation with the employee about what's going on. That's the high touch. And then last but not least, like you also mentioned, I really like the personalized micro-learning environment. Really, create like it's not a one size fits all solution, right? All people are different. So in this case, using a micro learning experience which is more personalized, that is truly helping to provide that high touch. And then our agents can really focus on what they're good at, managing the interaction, having a conversation with the customer, and showing their empathy.
I love that. It's like giving everyone the strength to do what they need to do, what they're good at. And also, like you said, right, the well-being now is really more front and center than ever. So
Yeah,
absolutely love, all the gold standard that Teleperformance is bringing to bear.
thanks.
Awesome. So another question for you to follow up, Paul. We've had the pleasure of partnering now with Teleperformance for several years, and we've seen great results. Can you share some of those success stories on how our partnership is delivering value, not just for the employees, but also to clients?
Yeah, of course. Of course. So I truly believe, and not only myself, but we believe that combining Teleperformance DNA, we have more than 40 years of experience in CX, with advanced technology, like partners like Centrical. And combining our efforts is really where we show a lot of business benefits for our clients. So I have three cases in mind that I want to share. So one is a car sharing client. It is a client for years, and we were struggling a bit on CSAT. So we were not really able to properly manage the CSAT. So we implemented Centrical as a solution to help our agents to focus and do some learnings and better understand where they're dropping the ball, and also from our team leaders and the managers of those team leaders to ensure they focus on the right people and on those outliers, and also celebrate success of the well-performing people. So that resulted in the end in an increase of 32% in CSAT after our implementation, and this is continually being used along the way. Also, for a major food delivery client, and I'm sorry, I cannot say the name, but it is a major client, we were able to reduce the case handle time by more than 8%.
Mm-hmm.
So we reduced average handle time by more than 8%, mainly by training agents on knowledge, because this was mainly a knowledge thing that they were lacking. And then the last example that I would like to make is a fintech client. Um, Typically, you see that the learning curve is about 13 weeks for those. It's a complicated business. It's not easy. So we were using the gamification and also the training platform of Centrico and the environment to help the agents to become better in a faster way. So we would use that training duration for about 11 to 11 weeks. So we would use 2 weeks of the learning curve, actually.
Very impressive. I'm very excited to see what we will continue to achieve together in the future.
Yeah, for sure. I think for me, the success is that they integrated the Centrical technology on one hand, also with our tops and best framework. So Teleperformance has a Teleperformance operating procedures and standard, which is tops. That is our operational foundation of all our operations across the globe. And we use the technology to embed that technology in that operating framework. And by doing that, we can ensure global consistency, and we can also scale it up for our global delivery. So I think, I'm really looking forward to next year. We are only scratching the surface. We have a bit more than 11,000 agents currently working with the Centrical solution, and now we are expanding it. So I think next year will be a great year for both of us, but also for our agents and for our clients that will see that trend in performance improvement along the way. So I want to thank you, Melissa, for your time, and also not only you, but also the audience here, because I also see some additional questions which you will take over in the chat. But I'm really happy that you bring it with me today, and I'm really looking forward to 2022 because it will be a great year.
Likewise, the pleasure's all mine, Paul. Thank you for having me.